welcome to another episode of Grant Draws. Uh, I don't know. I noticed the comments saying something happened. Did something happen at on Joe's show that I don't know about? But speaking of Joe, as always, we are sponsored by the Independent Creative Directory. Just so you know, Corissa said she's running a little bit late. She's doing another show before my show, in case you're wondering why Chris is not here yet. But that's okay, because I have to promote my comic book as well. So I'm going to play the trailer for Grendel's Curse, Beowulf Grendel's Curse. Oops, music's wrong.
Finally, it's time for the follow-up to the hit modern fantasy comic book, Beowulf. Victor, the reincarnation of the legendary warrior Beowulf, is plagued by visions of his ancestor facing off against his most infamous rivals, Grendel and Grendel's mother. Victor, with his lovable sidekick and spirit guide Moony the cat with magic powers, must reevaluate everything they've come to believe in this epic adventure. Were Grendel and Grendel's mother actually the monsters they were portrayed as in storybooks? Could somebody be using dark magic in an attempt to resurrect Grendel and his mother in a petty act of revenge? For the answers to these mysteries, plus plenty of action, humor, and magic, check out Beowulf, Grendel's Curse. This is a 3-issue miniseries, with each issue being over 30 pages. Get it now for a limited time on Kickstarter.
So that, oops. So that was the trailer for the new Kickstarter. And if you guys haven't started following the Kickstarter yet, I just posted the link a second time. Yeah, sorry, I'm all fuddled up here. I'll read some of your comments, and then I'll start working on a page from actually, I'm not going to be working on a page from Beowulf, because I'm actually at the point where I can't really draw any of the pages without doing spoilers. But I have some other exciting news. If you guys follow me on Facebook, you already know we have all the copies of League of Cryptids now, which is pretty exciting, right? Here's the other cover. And you guys can thank Angie, because Angie sat here and watched TV and bagged and boarded. And then now that these are bagged and boarded, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to put them all in boxes. Gemini mailers, I should say. And then I'm going to start mailing them out. Pretty cool, huh? Let's get to your comments. Dan is saying good evening. Trey is saying that she's running from the previous show. Did something crazy happen on Joe's show? I don't know. I guess I'll find out when I scroll down. Yeah, see, Carla's saying that was wild. I should mention Beowulf Grendel's Curse. If you guys haven't followed it yet, following it doesn't cost you anything, and it doesn't obligate you to back the Kickstarter when it comes out. But it does help me with the algorithm. And you know how much I love the algorithm. Mr. Joe Bachman is here. Yeah, so if you guys want to join the Independent Creative Directory, you can find Joe Bachman on Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias. If you heard that, that's my cat running through the room. I don't know what's going on. The lovely Sarah Sarah's here. She says, long time no see. Donna says, hey, all. Trey says, hey, Grant. Donna reminds us to not to forget to like and share. Oofta, I'm catching my breath. Yeah, people keep alluding to the fact that something crazy happened on Joe's show. Trey is saying, hey, all, long time no see. Carla's saying that Dawn nearly gave herself a heart attack trying to read the comments so that she could get done before my show started. Well, thank you so much. I feel bad because you could have probably done a couple. You probably could have been a couple minutes late since actually Corissa just showed up. Hi, Corissa.
Oh, sorry, I was doing a quiz. Apparently,
Is that Bigfoot?
it is. Look how big he is. He's the size of Elf. Check that one out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not quite life size, maybe half size, right?
Yeah.
But we have something in common. We both do cryptid comic books.
Yes, I know.
Comic
Awesome.
book. Oh, you know what? Can you give me? I'm so sorry. I'm not prepared. Can you give me the link to your Kickstarter in private?
There you go. Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know me, I am the queen of merch, and I have Bigfoot, I have Wendigo, and I have my every Kickstarter is going to have probably 2 to 3 new plushies per Kickstarter. So
the way you pronounce Wendigo makes it sound like a racial slur or something. Never heard anybody pronounce it Wendigo.
Yeah.
Is that like an Italian Wendigo, or is that offensive for me to even joke about?
I'm dyslexic. I say whatever comes out of my mouth.
Or is it kind of like a Winnebago?
It's more like that. I do have, so I have the antler version. I'll show you my handmade one, which I do have for sale. Isn't he cute?
Oh, wow. That's cool.
I love him. He's got the little spine going on. And then I have the Bigfoot one too. Then I have the 3D printed too. I have all the merch. So if you guys love merch, I've got the merch. Where is my... And then I have the metal pins. This is my Wendigo. So yeah, I have lots of merch. Most people have like, what, 3 to 10 tiers? I have 27. Though I want credit, I normally have 40 and I only have 27. So
wow.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why your Kickstarter is doing so well. So
it's doing so well because I'm going to give all the credit. Derek Chu is the artist of the cover, and he has a huge following of 70,000, and is a very expensive cover. And I was very nervous, but I love his art. So I said, either way, I'm going to love it, whether it brings in money or not. It brought in, so it was worth every penny. So I highly recommend Derek Chu. He adjusted the outfit, as he says. It had a little bit more material. I didn't see it until it was done. I'm okay with it. It's fine. I said as long as there's no nudity, it's fine. So he's pretty much as close as you can get.
I'm gonna share your Kickstarter as soon as I can figure that out. Please don't
share
mind
I can do it. You want me to do it?
No, I got it.
Okay.
Because
I want to show the video. This one's only 1 minute. Normally mine are like 10 minutes because there's so many issues. But since this is issue 1.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Because my redemption has the next one is issue 13. So
like I said, you're doing great. I mean, you're officially in the $10,000 club now.
Yeah, this will never happen again. This was pure. This cover, I did sign up for another cover of his, but this is issue 1. It's a gorgeous cover. Look at her face. Like no one's going to usually look that high up, but you can see her face there. So she's got a gorgeous face. You want to play the video?
Yeah, I'll play the video. I wanted to find the whole
Cover? Yeah, right
yeah.
there.
So
One
this
more.
This is a cool cover too. I think this is the one that I put on.
That is a gorgeous cover. That's Vic Mendia. He's a great cover. That's Derek Chu. Yeah.
My goodness. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah.
when when women have trouble finding bikini tops that'll fit them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially in the 1800s.
yeah. So okay. So let me make this full screen. Let me make the video full screen. Or I guess I have to hit play first.
I think you can get rid of the comment too. I don't know if that'll help. You can get rid of the comment so they can read it. There you There you go. Thank you.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, that's a very tight bikini cap. Yeah.
Yeah, your video was good. I mean, obviously it's good. You're doing really well. You still have 10 more days, so you could actually like make way more than $10,000.
I only do 18-day Kickstarters.
Oh, okay.
So we just launched this past Monday. So this journal is interactive. You don't have to get it to follow the story, but it's a bonus that you can collect. So if you want to be a supernatural hunter, what you do is you buy this journal, which no one can see me holding. You can buy this journal, and every Kickstarter will have new pages of whatever cryptids are in the background or they interact with, and then you get them for free as long as you buy the journal and you back that particular campaign. Then you get the pages free. Otherwise, you'll get them. You can always purchase them in the add-ons. But yeah,
that's such a good idea.
Yeah, I really, because I love Supernatural. I love collecting the things, and they only have like, thank you, Sarah. You only have a certain like that's only a small little phrase, but there'll be more as they interact and all that fun stuff. So the first 3 issues is mostly them in the background showing you what's coming and what all that fun stuff is. In issue 2, you can collect a map where you can start keeping track with stickers where the cryptids were seen or spotted or found. And then the big thing is, and again, you don't have to, but starting in issue 3, she's going to start collecting jars. There's 20 jars of ingredients she has to collect from cryptids. The only thing is she cannot kill the cryptid before she gets the item. So she needs a piece of the antler from one of the Wendigos. She can't kill it. She needs a fang from a werewolf. She can't kill it. Fur from Bigfoot, tears from the squonk, all that stuff. It has to be caught while they're still alive. And so there's this journey, and I have a travel apothecary box, just like she does. So you will be able to collect these jars as that was such an accent coming out. The jars as she captures them, you can collect them as you want. And in the little box that I have, it stores the jars and it stores the map and the journal, and it all fits right in there. So
cool. Yeah, like I said, this is a good idea. I like Western comic books. I especially like supernatural Western comic books. I was a big Jonah Hex fan, so I like Western comics.
Me too.
It feels like they're going through like a renaissance right now. Like I've seen a few different. Oh god, there's somebody I know. What's her name? Calcaterra. She does a supernatural.
Yeah, hers is not in the 1800s. Hers is a modern day apocalyptic style, but absolutely worth reading and absolutely a Western. It's just a modern day Western, which is kind of cool spin on it. definitely, she's actually launching February 1st for anyone that wants to get hers. Here's some internal pages. You can see if anyone watches Supernatural, that's how we do our demons. They have that aura around them. And then if you could see them there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next one, you can see the page that the Bigfoot, the Wendigo, and our rat Apollo is in, which he becomes a little bit of a main character later on.
And then I'm not going to go through every award here because, like you said, there's quite a few. But you have a lot of stickers here.
Yep. So you make sure to go through the add-ons. There's catch-up tiers for redemption. You can get them all here if you want. The hardcovers, the singles. There's the PDFs. Now every tier that you get will come with the PDF for issue 1. There's the journal, which is also an add-on. It'll come with the Bigfoot page and the Wendigo page. Also, every tier comes with the PDF of issue 1, but also the PDF of issue 1 and 2 of Redemption. So you can get a little hint of that. Issue 13 of Redemption is coming February 17th. So you definitely want to get caught up before then. If anyone doesn't know, except for metal covers, everything will be shipped within 2 weeks. Everything's in hand except for the metal covers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so, I don't get the metal covers are really expensive, and the glow in dark are even double that. So I get them at the end.
No, I wasn't saying oh wow about that. I was saying oh wow, like 2 weeks is a very quick turnaround.
Well, it used to be 48 hours, but we actually had an error where it didn't show an error in payment, but at the end of the 7 days, it showed an error in payment. Fortunately, they paid in PayPal, so it was fine. But because of that, I don't do it now until the 7-day mark, and then it takes about 3 to 5 days to get to you. So I would say you'll get them within 2 to 3 weeks, depending on how shipping is. There's our handmade clay statues. There's one of that one, and I believe there's 2 of the other one of the Wendigo.
Yeah, that's why they're okay. That's why they're a little bit pricier.
Oh yeah, they're all handmade with clay.
Have you sold those already?
No, I think they're still left. Yeah.
Cool. So, like I said, I mean, you've already got a pretty impressive amount of money made, and you probably still make quite a bit more. So good for you.
Thank you. And there's our add-ons. We have 3 different coloring books. We have a bunch of PDFs. We have, like I said, the catch-ons. We have downloadable songs. We have coins for Redemption. We have plushies for both this one and for Redemption. We have all the covers you can get. So if you want 2 of the covers, you can get them in the add-ons. If you want an extra cover, you can get it in the add-ons.
It's funny. It feels like I've been scrolling forever, and I just looked over on the side of the screen, and I realized, like, oh my God, I'm only like 2/3 of the way through.
You're almost done. These are the add-ons. But there's the stickers for both sets. There's the metal pins, trading cards. Those are where she keeps her holy water.
Right.
You can see it in the video. She smashes them over her head. There's the journal.
Yeah, this looks pretty cool. This is pretty. It looks like the notebook is like pretty good quality, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty nice quality. It's replaceable. You can always add, take out pages. People are storing their stickers on the blank pages, or you can use it as a journal. There's our 3D printed statues. They're paintable. They're ready to paint. They're resin. There's our plushies for Redemption, our plushies for this set. They're all handmade, except for some of the other ones. And that's it. You made it through. Yay.
And then
that's
I'll let the viewers read this for themselves.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone ever goes and reads those anyway, but it tells you about Redemption, there's some past art for Redemption. Yeah. You can always go to the best thing to do is to search Worthy Chaos on the Kickstarter. We always have something in pre-launch or something live. From now on, we're probably going to have both. So right now, this one's live, and issue 13 is in pre-launch. So sign up for that. And when issue 13 goes live, we automatically have the pre-launch already approved for issue 2 of this one, which is almost done. We're halfway through coloring it and lettering it. And yeah, so we'll be ready to go. It should be in hand before I go live. So yeah.
That's very impressive.
Thank you. I don't like to go. I had one pre-launch, which I'm still mad about. Not pre-launch, pre-order. I had the Hellhound plushies as a pre-order because people really wanted them. I ordered them in July. My Kickstarter was in October. It was supposed to already arrive. My half of my order, I ordered 2 different plushies. My Chatties, which is my vampire chameleon bats, arrived, but my Hellhounds did not. And now they're stuck in customs. So I refunded the people that bought it and said I'll let them know when they're in. But it's just really obnoxious that happens. So I make sure everything's in hand.
Sounds good. So before we start the interview, I'm gonna go through the comments. I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as I can. Trey, so they're talking about the show that was on before ours. Dawn was reading really quickly so that she could get done before our show started. And then I have the link there for my Kickstarter. My Kickstarter is still in pre-launch. So if you guys haven't gone and followed it yet, all you have to do is click notify me on launch. And like I said, that doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't obligate you to back it, but it does help me out. They're talking more about Dawn. I guess she was reading very quickly. Oh,
I have vampires in mine.
Yeah, that was my wife just came in and turned the light on. If you're wondering why it got brighter, I guess she's watching it and she thought that it was too dark in here. Carl is saying respiratory therapist, please see Dawn. Sarah says, man, I wish I wasn't so freaking poor. I want all your works ever since the first comic you had out, Grant.
Aw, thank you
very much, Sarah. And she said she wants the full run. Well, I don't know. Maybe sometime like for your birthday or something, I'll do something. And Sarah said, very cool. Donna's saying, hi, Grant. Sarah just says that she's commenting on the previous page, and Don had to go on to work for you to get through. Trey's excited about your Bigfoot plushie. And
one sold, so there might only, I think there's 1 or 2 left. I don't know. And they're handmade and they're weighted and they're huge. So yeah.
Sarah is saying that he looks cozy.
He's the best.
And I posted the link to your Kickstarter. Like I said, I had to rush through it just because it's only an hour show. There's a lot of stuff on that page. Please go check it out. You can just click there in the link.
Yes, there is a lot to look through. I no longer launch live because it takes like people 30 minutes to look through, and then there's the add-ons. So I no longer launch live because it's too stressful for me. It takes like half an hour, and then all of a sudden everything starts coming in.
Sudana is saying that the mail person just came. I think she's an hour behind me, but it's 9:30 here, so that means at 8:30. I hope they're getting time and a half or whatever.
Are they catching up for Christmas?
Yeah, I don't know. I would think that it would have slowed down, but by now, I don't know though. Who knows? Dawn is saying that she misses you, Corissa.
Aww.
You and Dawn are pretty good friends, right?
Dawn, yeah.
Did I say Donna? I'm sorry. There's a Donna in that chat too. Donna's saying that she got that early today, Dark Mistress. This is the regular mail, but a sub mail person. Oh, maybe that's it. And Sarah's saying exactly what I was thinking, which is that is a beyond late delivery. Sarah is saying, good Lord, with the bikini tops not fitting. I think she's talking about your
my cover. Yeah, I saw that.
So Sarah's saying that she wants, and she said, as you very well know, indie style freaking Joe Hill work goes on in this story. Oh, okay. Donna's saying, Sarah, my nephew worked for the post office, and he told me that our route was one of the longest, and when the regular guy was on vacation, it took a sub longer to do it. Sarah's saying, so glad that you're on Grant's show for this.
Grant,
So you're
I'm
getting a
Grant.
lot of love from the comments. That's nice, right?
Absolutely.
Sarah's saying that your merch is amazing, which, yeah, it is. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you and I are going to have to sit down. I've kept the merch kind of minimal so far. Like, I have some T-shirts, and I did air fresheners one campaign. That was fun. But I don't know. Do you have any advice on how to do merch? It seems like
I just go all out. I can't I always have plushies. I love the 3D statues. I don't get them. How it's done is I have a sculptor that does this. He does one in clay, so I get to have one, and then he scans it for me so that I get the 3D printed. I don't have someone sculpt the 3D printed because it costs $250, and everyone I ask to sculpt without anything physical, and so yeah, I don't do that. But I absolutely love. I've been using this artist, the sculptor, for over 6 years. I absolutely adore them. So yeah, I have let go my pillows. These are pretty affordable, and you don't have a minimum order. Yeah, I have shirts. I have everything you can think of. So yeah, don't everything. The only thing I won't ever buy is mugs. They're too hard to ship. No one ever wants them, and they're just not worth the stress. But other than that, I've got it all.
So Sarah's saying that she beta read the first issue. And the
She's
second.
amazing at catching errors.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think she beta read the first issue of Beowulf too, so maybe she's good at that sort of thing. Oh yeah, she just said that she beta read both of our first works.
She read Redemption too.
She said it flows very well. That's good. Everybody in the chat's being very complimentary to you, so
of course, I'm a nice person.
Well, no, I wasn't saying that they shouldn't be complimentary. I'm happy that it's a nice love fest on our show. And Dawn is saying that she has the Worthy Chaos. I'm not sure what POTR stands for.
That is Path of the Pale Rider by Lori.
Oh, okay. We were just talking about that. Yeah.
She launches February 1st. Search Path of the Pale Rider, or I think I just search Pale Rider and it pops up.
Yeah, so Sarah said that she hasn't watched Supernatural and she's afraid that she'll get sucked in too deeply.
Well,
yeah, I'm like that with some shows too. Yeah, you have trouble. Like, you keep stuff at an arm's distance because you don't want to get too obsessed with it. Sarah's excited about the plushies. And Dawn is saying that she needs to catch up with you.
Yeah, definitely.
So Sarah wants a physical copy. And she has no hours for getting everything I want from both of you. And Sarah's saying spectacular artist with the writing. And she wants a vampire. I'm assuming she's talking about the vampire in your story. And Sarah says, hopefully she'll be making more by her birthday. Well, I'm hoping that you do, but also maybe we'll get you a birthday gift. I don't know. And Sarah's saying that she can relate to the bikini tops not fitting. I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole. And Dawn says that she's not known as the Queen of March for nothing.
That's right.
And Sarah's laughing at that. So I'm going to start drawing now that I have all the comments out of the way. So this is the first issue of your comic book. Now, do you have a plan for where this is going? Is this going to be ongoing? Is this going to be a mini series?
So it's a little hard to explain. It's not hard to explain, but okay. So here's the thing. It will directly connect to Redemption. We always had the last issue because what happens in the last issue changes their entire world, and that's why Redemption is so different. So they're soulmates that will reincarnate in each life. So they always find each other in every life, but they have no memories, no nothing.
No.
So I don't know. That's very cool art.
Oh, so this isn't from Beowulf. This is from League of Cryptids. This is the Jersey Devil here. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract you.
You did completely.
But yeah, like I said, I do a cryptid comic book as well.
Yeah, we have the Jersey Devil, but the Jersey Devil is called the Leeds Devil because it is before 1900 when its name was changed. So what happens at the end of Devastation directly corresponds to what happens in Redemption. However, we started writing it, now we're like 2 months ago, and we're already on issue 20. So we are having so much fun with it. I can't guarantee when it will end. We just know how it ends. And we're halfway through finding the cryptids we want, but there's a whole other second plot line that we want to do with necromancers and stuff. So I'm not sure how long it's going to be. I guess we'll have to see. We're still writing it. And like I said, I'm obsessed with it, and we're both obsessed with it. For anyone that doesn't know, I have a co-writer, and my co-writer Jess writes for Draven. So I start the story, and then I write for Serafina and her point of view, and then Jess will come in and write it in Draven's point of view. So whenever you read anything Draven, that is all her. I never write for Draven. Huh. And thank you, Sarah. I do my research.
Sorry, I'm slacking on the comments. Sarah says it better be ongoing.
It is.
She's saying nice ears. I don't know if she's talking about the Jersey Devil or if she's complimenting one of us. She goes, "Oh, nice."
I'm gonna guess with your art.
Yeah. So, speaking of which, did you have to do a lot of research for this comic book?
Yes, I did research for every cryptid before I started, and then I also looked it up again while I'm writing it, so I make sure I get all the details right. Now, most of them follow exactly how the lores are. However, not all of them are in their locations because you can only go so far in the 1800s. However, I did use, there's 2 versions of the Wendigo. I did not use the Native American version, which does not have antlers. I used the European one that has antlers. It's more of a fictional type. But I gotta be honest, I don't really like humanoid cryptids. I like the animal versions. I think the only 2 humanoid ones we have, I mean, we have the succubus and the incubus, but besides those, we have the scarecrow and we have the Tommyknockers, which are kind of, they're supposed to be the ghosts of those that died in cave-ins. They knock both to trick you and to warn you of cave-ins. They also like to play with their tools and move them around. So they're very mischievous. So they're kind of humanoid-esque, and they're in our they're one of the ingredients that you have to collect, actually.
So I'm going to ask you a question that I get when I do these type of shows a lot.
Sure.
And that is, like, how do you determine, like, what the personality of a cryptid is? And for the record, I don't have a good answer to this question. That's why I'm curious what your answer is.
It's kind of just how I picture them to be. So, like, for example, Bigfoot is very protective. Obviously, likes to hide, but he does help and help her when he can. The Mothman is protective too, likes to warn people of what's coming, so he's more on their side. Squonk, for a true cryptid lover who knows Squonk, he actually becomes the main character. Well, the Squonk is a weird cryptid. His only
Squonk is from my home state of Pennsylvania, which is part of the reason why I like it.
All he does is sit in the woods or forest and cries because of how ugly he is. Mine's kind of cute though. So in the story, Serafina has to get his tears, and he stops crying because she's too nice to him. and then he follows her around. So that's the personality I got, because if you ever look him up, he kind of looks like a wrinkled pig or a sharp pig with a pig face.
Right.
The Tommy Knockers are playful, so I had them kind of be mischievous, but also they're helpful because they're trying to protect people from the cave-ins. I have the Basilisk that, you know, is brutal. A lot of them are either brutal or want to be left alone. But like a Kelpie, our Kelpie is violent because it's known for drowning people. So it tries to trick you. If you jump on its back, you get stuck. You can control it with a harness that has crosses carved into it, but it's bad luck. And once they get free, they will curse you forever. So I pretty much go by their lore, you know. They either want to be left alone, they're violent. The dog man. So we do have the dog man, and we have the werewolves that humans turn to werewolves. I do not like that type of werewolf. I don't like anything human related. So I don't like them. But my co-writer loves them. So what we did was the dog man, who some say only is seen on the 7, the years of the 7. But that can be disputed. It's just that's what they're known for. So my year had to be 1887, just in case. Anyway, they're very territorial and they don't like unnatural things. So we have it where they're against the werewolves because, like me, I don't think they're natural. They're a cursed creature. They're more human. So he teams up with my characters to try to get the werewolves off of his territory and to help her get the wolf fang that she needs for the jars. So I pretty much base it on their personalities, of their specific traits, and what they're mostly known for. I mean, we have a cool, if that's, I think, yeah, that's how you say it, Akool. It's called that because it's like a Pokemon. That's the noise it makes. It says Akool, which is a monkey bat, I guess is the best way to describe it.
Oh, cool. So it's like Wizard of Oz with the flying monkeys.
It is exactly like Wizard of Oz, yeah. Now they're quite violent, but ours is a baby and it's just mostly gets them into trouble. But he's not as violent as the adult is known. So I base it on pretty much my research. So I, how I picked them.
So in case you were wondering, as far as how I figure out why one character, one cryptid has particular personality versus another one, the answer is I don't know. I kind of just go off of the vibe. Like, I thought it would be funny if the Jersey Devil was kind of like the stereotypical Jersey dude. Like,
nice.
He's loud, opinionated.
Yeah.
He's the quote-unquote funny one.
Mine's is not as humanoid. Mine is more of a dragon because they are known to live in caves. So I have him in there. And since dragons are mostly known to hoard things or to protect treasure, I have him protecting one of the things that they need to get to. So I have him mostly like a dragon. He's got the huge wings and he's kind of like a goat. I did the version of the goat head instead of the horse head. Now I kind of wish I did a horse head because I would have done Goat Man then, but now I'm not doing Goat Man because to me it's just the Jersey Devil without wings. So I did not do the Goat Man. Now I asked a lot of people which cryptid they would want. So I do have a couple in the background that I would have never bothered with, like the Loveland Frogland, the Loveland Frogman.
Yeah, I mean, you can probably tell the Loveland Frogmen are the villain in my comic book. So
I will tell, I haven't really talked about this too much, but I will say that I am starting a monthly subscription box of the cryptids, where once a month you get cryptids sent to your house. Whatever that cryptid
real
of the
cryptids.
Month.
Oh my god, you're gonna send cryptids to my house to like attack me?
Well, you maybe, but everyone else gets the cute versions.
Okay.
But there's going to be different tiers. Like the lower tier is going to be $15.99, and it's going to be, you get the journal pages, you get a bookmark, you get a print, and you get a sticker, and then the next tier is the metal tier, which has the metal pin, the metal trading card, metal bookmark, and the magnet. The next tier up is going to be the 3D printed cryptids, and the tier above that will be the plushies. Now you can mix and match. Also, every month there's going to be a newsletter that gets sent out, and they're going to show things that you can purchase and add to your next order, like embroidered bookmarks or coins or shirts or whatever. So I just started working on this about 3 days ago. I do have 4 people that want to sign up for it. I'm not sure if it's something that is going to take off or not. I don't want it to be too big because I'm one person and I already run 2 businesses. But I'm hoping to get a couple of people, since I already have the merch for my Kickstarters. It would be a great way to not only get my cryptids and my comics seen, but also to, share my merch out and stuff like that. So it's something that if anyone's interested, to let me know. I'm going to get that all started. So
Can I recommend a cryptid?
sure.
Do you think you'll ever do the Flatwoods Monster?
Yep, it's on the list. It is, let's see what number it is. I just got, my artist sent me, my plushie queen sent me a video of my Mothman plushie, which I love. Let's see. These are the ones I have. I think I have 30 on the list, but that's the next one. Flatwoods Monster, the Montauk Monster, Gravedigger, something I can't pronounce. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. It is Aztec, and it's an otter that has a hand on its tail, and the hand will pull you into the water. I don't know why people like this, but they asked me to do the Not Deer, so Not Deer is going to be in there. A
Not
tan
Deer?
Not Deer. It's a
I don't know
deer.
that one.
I didn't know until everyone asked for it. It looks like a deer that got stretched out. Like it looks like a shapeshifter that tried to do a deer but didn't know what a deer looked like. That's how it's just, I don't know why anyone wants it. It just walks around the woods. I'm doing a Tazeel worm, which it's not a worm, but it has this toxic fume, and I needed something with a toxic fume in one of my scenes, so that's why that one got added. My Wampus cat. Now I do have on my list the Fresca Nightcrawler, but I have no idea.
I love that.
I know, I don't know how to make it unique yet. I'm going to have to think on it. I'm not sure because they just look like a white pair of pants. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to make that unique. Somebody asked me for a Kentucky Goblin, and it looks awesome, so I am going to add that. Someone asked for I say puke, but I don't know if it's puke, but it's like puck. It looks like a pixie, like a pygmy. I don't know. And a Thunderbird. So there's a lot of things on there. A lot of people don't know the Snagglegaster is a weird creature. I think the Snagglegaster is a Thunderbird that tried to eat an octopus because it looks just like one with an octopus coming out of its mouth. So I don't know. It's weird. But yes, I've done a lot of research. This is knowledge in my head that I'm never going to really need in the real world. But here we are. So I already have the first year of cryptids made for the monthly stuff. Also, they have the option to add mythology. So it'd be Anubis, Bastille, Hellhound, Cerberus, Minotaur, and those are the ones that are on the list. And then there'll definitely be more Egyptian gods because I love them, like Horus and all that stuff. So, yeah, more things for me to spend my money on.
Yeah. So I do this as well. I have a folder.
You draw. Your life is way better than mine. All my money goes to the artists and merch.
Well, yeah.
I am going to start doing my own merch, though. A lot of the stuff I have, I'm starting to make with clay and resin and all that stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. I mean, I don't know about you, but I try not to make the cryptids exactly like they look in books or anything like that.
I try to make each one a little bit unique. The hardest one is Bigfoot, and really all I came up with is his eyes glow. There's really nothing else I could think of. He's also, you can't really see it, but he has the color, which I guess he could really be. But he has the color of a, a cat that I groom. It's like a weird goldish black brown color. But the only one that I truly changed that is the Wampus cat, because to me it was just a 4 or 6-legged cougar. So I added these quills to its tail, because when you call something a Wampus cat, it needs something that's going to hit you, because it's just going to go womp. So the quills are actually something you can collect, and they're actually real quills. So there's that. Yeah, Sarah's like my biggest fan. She's everyone's biggest fan. She's like the nicest person on the planet.
So I'm speaking of which, I'm going to run through the comments quickly, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Sarah's saying the first clip that I ever saw was Cliffhanger. She goes, great pitch for your storylines of these, and very smart to connect the two series.
Why, thank you.
And then she says, sweet baby monkey bats.
Yeah, cool.
So Joe is saying that Nick Talker pretends that he's not a cryptid, but the jury is still out on whether or not that is true. And I threw in the word pretends. That wasn't Joe's.
It is not copyrighted.
So Cthulhu is now public domain?
It's not?
I don't know.
Oh, no, it is.
It was created by H.P. Lovecraft, and I would think, what is it, 70
I'm
years?
pretty sure it's not copyrighted now because everyone uses them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I also, he is in my future series, but I don't really have him in this one, but he might be because he's so marketable. So.
And Dan and Sarah are arguing whether or not Cthulhu is copyrighted, or not really arguing, but discussing. You know what I meant?
Yeah.
And she said it would be great. And Sarah says, I love the descriptions. I think she's talking about our descriptions of the different cryptids.
Yes.
And Sarah's saying, I think she's lusting after all the merchandise you have, and saying, I need money so I can get this. And Sarah's saying that it reminds her of Harry and the Hendersons. And she said that you're too kind. I think she's talking about when you said that she's nice.
I am not too kind. I am factual. Just saying. But, okay, so it says the copyright status of Chulu and is complex and depends on several factors, including the writing, the mythos, and the living authors. So it really depends on how you use them.
So that's true of a lot of public domain stuff. Yeah, basically, I guess I do use public domain characters because obviously I'm drawing a panel with Mothman and Jersey Devil.
Those aren't copyrighted. Those are supernatural creatures. Nobody owns them.
That's what I said. They're public domain.
Oh.
Or I guess technically they're not even public domain. They're just
that's what I meant. They're just
They're just things that exist or don't exist. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you have to be really careful using these public domain characters because the laws can be kind of complicated.
Yep.
And if you screw up, you could end up, getting sued by a multi-million-dollar company,
and that would not be good.
Yeah, that's why everybody was so quick to, oh boy, Mickey Mouse is now in the public domain. Let's make
only the black and white version from Steamboat.
Well, but I mean, I guess the point that I was making is like 90% of these comic books are going to be like, oh, ha, 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 isn't it hilarious? Mickey Mouse is swearing. And it's like, no, that's not hilarious. Like, come up with something better than that.
Yeah, it's the same thing with, so Winnie the Pooh is public domain, but only the one from the book. So you cannot put a red shirt on him. So because Disney is not public domain.
Right. And there was a Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
I haven't seen it, but I want to. I heard it was both bad and good, and I heard that the second one is better. So I don't know.
Oh, really? See, I've heard nothing but about the Winnie the Pooh.
Oh, really?
Movie.
I love bad horror movies, and I'm famous for watching bad shark movies and bad movies. So I may like it. I don't know. I have to. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, there definitely is that so bad it's good.
Yeah, your art's
Um,
amazing, by the way.
oh, thank you. I'm working on it.
So most of your cryptids are humanoid esque.
Well, yeah. So I mean,
Or the opposite.
well, in mine, the cryptids are kind of like the heroes of the story.
Right, but
So
they're all like human qualities.
right.
Yeah, mine are the
Human,
opposite. Mine are almost all animal qualities.
yeah. Which is good. That's why it's cool that the cryptid comic book is kind of becoming a trend because you mean it's almost there's a million different things that you can do with cryptids.
Yep.
But I don't know if you did that intentionally. I know I did not. I did not realize that cryptid comic books were starting to become a trend.
I had no idea.
But I don't really follow stuff like that.
I didn't even know there was a following for it until I got into it, and then I realized that some of them are a little too strict. But yeah, I had no idea. And Sarah's posting about a movie. I will have to look that up. Zombies. I don't know what it is.
So that's a worry of mine too. So far that hasn't happened. But like I do know that there are people who take cryptids a tad too seriously.
Yep. I got to fight with two people already.
And I mean, these are all my interpretations of cryptids.
Yeah.
And look, I mean, let's not sit and argue over creatures that may or may not exist.
Don't say that crowd. They will say they exist. I had one yell at me on Reddit because it did not believe that the Jersey Devil is considered a cryptid. And then
I have heard people say that.
Yeah. And then I had another person on Facebook yell at me. One yelled that the Wendigo is not a cryptid because it's possessed by an evil spirit, which I was like, now it's a cryptid. And the other one yelled at me because I have antlers instead of the no antlers. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I mean, my dog man wears a cowboy hat, so I don't know what to tell you people.
Yeah, I haven't done the Wendigo yet. I don't know. Maybe one day I will. I know that the antlers are controversial because they're like more of like a modern edition.
They're more fictional. Yeah.
They're more what?
Fictional.
Fictional. Okay.
They're not known to be the true myth, but I know that, and I just did it for one. I like the non-humanoid type, and two, the other one's kind of boring. It's just like a stretched out person. And three, before I even started, I had people yelling at me about taking the belief of Native Americans. I was like, they don't even believe in the Wendigo with antlers, so yeah, stay out of it.
I've had people tell me that before, that it's when I first started talking about like which cryptids to use, somebody said like, oh, it's cultural appropriation or whatever.
Yep, I got that twice by one person.
But I mean, that's kind of what comic books are. I mean, comic books are cultural appropriation. Like, I mean, you think about Wonder Woman, she's based on the Greek myths. Thor obviously is based on Norse myths. I don't know. I feel like, that's the whole point of these.
I agree. And Sarah, the Rougarou is I didn't do it because it looks too much like a werewolf. There's 4 creatures that look like the Dogman and the werewolf. The Rougarou, the beast. There's another one too. But yeah, they all look so similar that I can't really.
Okay, so I'm slacking on the comments again. So Sarah is saying, have you seen the Winnie the Pooh horror movie? She must have posted this before we started talking about that. She said, I thought it was a comic too. I'm sure there is a Winnie the Pooh comic book. And if you like bad movies, look up and watch Zombies with
I'm gonna have
Sarah.
to look that up.
And she says, the one in deep Louisiana, Rougarou. No idea how to spell it. Oh, is this the name of a cryptid?
Yeah, so the Rougarou is something that lives in the swamp. It mostly looks like a washed up werewolf or dog man, depending on who you want to do. He does have other traits and stuff, but for me, I have to go by mostly looks. I can't have like all these creatures just running around looking the same. But yeah, he does sound like an interesting creature. They did a really interesting take on Supernatural for it. So
that sounds fun.
Wow, it's already 10 o'clock. Ooh.
Yeah, I know you've been doing interviews quite a bit today. Maybe we should start to wrap this up.
Sure.
That was going to be so. You have a pretty busy interview schedule.
Not as much as I used to have. I used to do 30 to 45 per Kickstarter. I have severely limited down to like nothing now because people pretty much know me. However, this was issue 1, so I did sign up for I think about 20 of them. But this was my busiest day. But I'm glad you got to fit me in because I know your audience likes your cryptids. So I thought, well, maybe they like my cryptids.
Yeah, would you mind if I sitting down with me sometime and if I ask you like, who like interview shows, like podcasts, that sort of thing, like recommendations that you have?
Sure.
You don't mind? Okay.
No. Lots of people ask me. Though Lori will tell you to just search Corissa Grant on YouTube and then write to all those people. So you could do that too. I've done over 260 now, I think, but some are repeated, so I don't know how many different ones I've done.
Okay. And you don't mind me using your name, like be like, no. Hey, Corissa Grant recommended.
Everybody loves me, or they fake it really well. So, yeah, I don't know why they like me. All I do is ramble on about nothing for an hour or two, but yeah, you can tell them.
Maybe that's what they like.
I have heard that some like it because then they don't have to think of what to say. I have a I'm sorry, I read the comics when you're talking, but I do have a zoo, zombie zoo in Redemption in actually issue 14. So if you want to see zombie jaguar, elephant, snake, polar bears, they're all in there.
Yeah, so you're responding to Sarah's comment about what was it, Zombies, which is about a virus going to the animals in the zoo. And it kind of looks like you have another fan in the chat.
Dawn loves me. Dawn's the nicest person. Her and Sarah are amazing.
So maybe Sarah and Dawn are going to have to fight it out for who is the nicest.
Who loves me more?
Right.
That's fair.
But did you want to? I'm assuming you want to mention your Kickstarter again. Is there anything else you want to promote?
For anyone that wants to check out my Kickstarter, just go to Kickstarter and search Worthy Chaos, or you can Google Worthy Chaos, or you can Google Corissa Grant.
Or you can just click the link in
that too. But if you forget about the link, then you can search Worthy Chaos. I'm the only thing that pops up. I always have something in pre-launch or live, mostly both. Go to the newest one. And you can also find me on Facebook, Corissa Grant. I talk to anyone at any time. And I love to help anyone and anyone that wants to chat. I'm up for that. So
cool.
Yeah. And remember that this one ends next Friday, the 24th. And to sign up for Redemption, February 17th, issue 13. And I will tell you that issue 12 is a doozy. So When you read that, you're going to want to get 13 right away. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if our Kickstarters are going to overlap or not. So I don't know. Maybe we can do some cross promotion, or maybe not. I don't know.
Don't you do yours for 60 days?
I do mine for 45.
Okay. Most likely, you are probably live during one of mine, because I have mine ends and 4 weeks later, another one begins. So at one point in time, you'll probably be live during both of them.
Well, maybe that's cool. Maybe we can do cross promo for both. But
nice, print or something to cross promo. Who knows? Maybe sometime we'll have a crossover. So.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Except your version of Bigfoot is different than my version of Bigfoot.
Well, if you're not in your modern day, right?
Yeah.
You'd have to play with Seraphina in Redemption, because she's a super natural hunter in both. And in fact, it's actually really funny, and this was not planned. In issue 6 or 7, nope, 6, Draven says, what else is out there is Bigfoot, and she says, there's no Bigfoot that I know of, or there is no Bigfoot that I know of. So if it's a modern day Seraphina and she finds your Bigfoot, she would be completely surprised. So yeah.
All right, Corissa. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week. I don't remember offhand who's going to be the guest, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.
Bye.